Hello beautiful people and welcome to the channel, A Life After Narc. My name's Debbie and I talk about all things to do with narcissistic, abusive and toxic relationships, as well as looking at healing from them. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about when you want the narcissist back. Before I get into that though, I want to say thank you and welcome to all of my new subscribers and to all of the people who've been liking my videos. I would really ask, please, if you could carry on subscribing, if you could carry on liking the videos. It makes a huge difference to the algorithm that my videos follow on YouTube. So I'd really appreciate it if you could share these videos with your friends, perhaps on social media if you can, if you belong to any groups that are to do with narcissistic abuse. Also, I've had a cold, so I'm now feeling much better. You can hear that the nasally part of my speaking is gone and I'm not coughing as much anymore. So thank you for being patient and thank you for watching the short videos that I've been putting up from previous videos. And I have a new microphone. One of my viewers contacted me and said that the volume was too low, and I agree 100%. So hopefully this new microphone will work. And hopefully you'll be able to hear me a little bit better. Let me know in the comments below what you think and introduce yourself to me. And if you've got any questions around narcissistic relationships or the topic that I'm going to talk about, please place them in the comments below. Or you can email me, just up here, at debbiewolfmoon@yahoo.co.uk. So when you want the narcissist back, and I wouldn't be surprised to find that nearly 99% of us have wanted the narcissist back in our lives after they've left, after we've left them. It's a complex emotion that we go through with this, and it's to do with the trauma bond, which I have spoken about in other videos. I will put links to them in the description box below so you can go and view those videos. But we remember the love bombing phase. We remember the early part of our relationship, and it was just so perfect, wasn't it? It was just amazing, mostly. We were love bombed with flowers, with chocolates, with dates, probably the most expensive that were out there. And it was beautiful. And we thought, wow, this is our soulmate. This is our twin flame. This is the person that we're supposed to be with for the rest of our lives. I thought that. I really did. There were things that came along that showed me that, yeah, this is the one for me. And there were signs later on that it wasn't the one for me. Did I listen to them? No, I ignored them, as many of us do. It could be a week after they've left or you've left. It could be a month. It could be a year. It doesn't matter. You will probably go through this longing for them again. After all, remember, you loved them regardless. You took care of them. You're an emotive person. You're probably an empath, and you saw in them something that was painful, something that you could help fix, but you couldn't, because you can't fix a narcissist. And soon after the love bombing came the devaluation phase. Now, in normal relationships, the devaluation phase doesn't happen. The love bombing is not as intense. It's more gentle, it's more even, but it can be beautiful. But it doesn't end up in devaluation. That love continues, that respect for each other, that dignity. Now, when we long for the narcissist back in our lives, it's called limerence. And limerence is the state of being obsessively infatuated with someone. And it's often accompanied by delusions or a desire for an intense romantic relationship. And that's what you had with them. You had an intense romantic relationship that was also intensely angry, intensely volatile, intensely abusive. So in part of you, you know that this is not the right thing, that you know, you don't really want them back in your life, but you do. And there's this conflict that goes on within you, and it's normal. It's natural. It's a natural process to go through. So do not think, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling like that? You are feeling like that because it's normal. because it happens to many of us. And it also happens to people who have ended a relationship normally as well. We can think about the good times, and those good times, we become obsessive over them. Perhaps you were treated in a specific way. They knew the ins and outs of you, and the narcissist would have known that as well. They're very good at that. Perhaps you remember your kisses or making love, and that was so special to you. But it wasn't special to the narcissist. You were their supply, whether that was for your house, your money, your love, your empathy, your healing, whatever it was for. They used you until that supply was gone, and then they moved on. They moved on to the next person who could give them supply. Now, you've probably forgotten about the pain and the abuse that you suffered and went through, and you've probably minimized it in your mind as well. And I know it's something that we all do. Well, was it that bad? Was it that bad that I had to hide in my bedroom because I was afraid that they were going to hurt me? Was it that bad that they tried to strangle me? They tried to sexually abuse me, but I forgave them for it? Why did we forgive them? Why did you forgive them? Because you loved them, because you were obsessed with them, because they made sure that they did everything in their power to keep you around until they didn't want you anymore. The narcissist manipulated you throughout the relationship in so many ways that you weren't aware of. And it's only when we look back and we take a really big view of the situation that we can see how much we were manipulated. This manipulation and all the gaslighting that went on created the trauma bond. And the trauma bond is where we are convinced through intermittent reinforcement that we love them. So, love bombing, we love them, we fall in love. Devaluation, we hurt, we're in pain, and the love bombing starts again. Intermittent reinforcement. Then the devaluation starts and the love bombing starts. Intermittent reinforcement. So this psychological process is then placed into our minds as a rhythm, as this is how it's meant to be, as this is how my life is. But it's not. It can change and it can be different. And that's why you're no longer with that person. But you don't want to do it anymore. You know that you need to let go, even though you want to know what they're doing, how they are, who they're with now. Will they have you back? Is there a possibility that you could get back together and perhaps go back to that love bombing phase? Well, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If that is your choice, that is your choice. And I'll be here for you if and when it breaks down in the future. Because the narcissist will never change. They don't. They're always right, and the empath is always wrong. Your brain becomes addicted to these hormones that are released during this intermittent reinforcement, and so it's like a drug. Our brain is used to having that positive after the devaluation, that I'm so sorry, I love you, I'll never do it again, blah, 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 and you know it's all rubbish because they will, and they do. As I said, wanting them back in your life is normal. It's a normal part of the grieving process of getting over this person in your life, this person that hurt you so much. And you may decide that you want to try again. And as I said, that's your choice. But be warned, because they probably will do the same again. And this time, it may hurt even more. It may even come to a point where that abuse becomes more than abuse, becomes more than sexual abuse. It may end up in end of life. What can you do about this feeling? Talk to people. Talk to them. Your best friend if you still have one. Make a friend if you can. Chat online on the narcissistic abuse support groups. Watch channels like this one and others where you can learn about these feelings that you're going through and where you can learn what to expect from them. Put yourself first. What do you want in life? Perhaps start some new hobbies. Perhaps start a new career, move house, do something that is positive for you. Journal. Write the list, and I've said this in many videos, write that list of all those horrible things that the narcissist did to you, and then all the wonderful things that you experience. And I can guarantee you, the list of the bad things will be far longer. And look at that list of bad things when you feel that you want them back in your life. Seek therapy if you can. And I know that there are some online therapies that you can now get involved with. I know here in the UK, waiting from the NHS is incredibly difficult to do. But I know that I would not have got as far as I am now without my therapist. Stay strong. Throughout it all, stay strong. Keep your dignity. Keep your self-respect. Don't apologise to the narcissist for what you did because you didn't do anything wrong. They did. Always remember that they were the one at fault. Yes, you're going to remember the good times. I know you are, especially if you've got kids. I mean, you know, there's that bond that you have with them, but you can get through it. I'm living proof that you can get through it, guys. Don't forget that that pain, that hurt, that abuse that you went through still happened. After all the times they apologized, after all the times they said they wouldn't do it anymore, it still happened. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Like, share and subscribe. And email me if you want to, debbiewolfmoon@yahoo.co.uk. Hope to see you next time. Blessed be.